Can you guys hear me now? I think the answer is yes. Do you hear the music at least? I think maybe now. I see the sound moving on the yes, there you go. Bro. Hey, you know what? As we say every Monday morning, it is it is a vibe. What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy Pal Hey Archer. Welcome back to Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. I swear, it's always a thing. It is always a thing. Oddly enough, though, I figured out that it may be my monitor from time to time because there's so many moving pieces. So I don't see the screen glitching right now. The audio's coming through. The camera's coming through. So I think it was the monitor. Adjust this. This is your weekly Monday morning nerdy talk show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice on today. A nice hot cup of brew. Talk about the news. Oh man, what a journey! It's already 8:18. Crazy. But thank you for your patience. Thank you all for hanging tight while I figure this whole thing out. While I figure it out, I'll be honest. I'm still on the hot mess express, coming off of a busy but yet fun, very fun weekend. So I want to thank you guys for bearing with me and just come and hang out. It was a wild roller coaster. We will talk about. I'm just getting. By the way, the reason I'm looking over here right now is I'm just getting like some tabs good to go. I'm getting some tabs ready. So that's why I'm like rambling but looking in a different direction as I'm talking. But wild weekend. It was one to remember. So I will talk about that for sure. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about that. I just saw something across the screen. And I was like, oh yeah, like should probably discuss that. But yeah, Ghostbusters weekend came. It went. It was a wild ride, and it's one that I highly suggest everybody attends at some point. I'll get those Ghostbuster thoughts out the way, and then we'll go through some news. There'll be some things I probably don't talk about as much. I don't elaborate on as much for the sake of time, but I would try my best, and we'll make it through. But first, gotta say hi to everybody in the chat. Geek Strong, good to see you. Thank you for letting me know about the audio. It was like the audio, my camera was flickering. It was just crazy. Rambling Nerd in the house, good to see you. Not enough Irish coffee for this shit. That's true. Even when he's on time, he's late. Yeah, I was almost perfectly on time. I was finishing a sandwich. I was finishing my breakfast. And it was like a minute past. I was like, okay, I can do this. By the way, why does this say I'm streaming Spirits Unleashed? Is that what this thing says I'm streaming? I don't think so, right? No. It must be with Twitch. Oh, because Twitch, it locks you into, yeah. What the fuck was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Anyway, So yeah, I was like a minute late, maybe 2 minutes late, and then I turned this thing on, and like the camera's flickering, the audio seemed wonky, the screen transitions weren't flying, and yeah, 8:15. We pulled a Hey Archer live. We came on at 8:15 ish, but I'm glad it works now. Patrick in the house, good to see you. Yeah, it's officially Monday now. I can't be rambling today. Yeah, I got to stay in the lane. Geek Strong said I had a Ghostbusters weekend by purchasing the new 1/18th scale Ecto 1. Yes, you did. Let me pull that up here. By the way, make sure you guys hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified for all my congestion in real time. Here we go. So the strongest, of course. See what I mean? See what I mean? There we go. Okay, we can do this. We will make it. Yeah, subscribe to Geek Strong, putting his link in the comments here. And yes, he just did a Ecto 1 unboxing. So make sure you check that out. JB's Toy Trunk also did a unboxing. So Ghostbusters Day was all about the Ecto unboxings. You know, I was here for it. Just going to give you that ad rev real quick. Let this play through. You can do it. Get that auto insurance. Super important. There he is. And what's cool here is just going to go back real quick. You can see the Ghostbusters lineup in the background there. It was dope to see some people, and I have a picture of it on the website, incorporating the old school cosplay stuff, the proton pack, the trap, PKE meter, all that stuff, into their current day cosplays. So that was cool to see. Geek Strong has an amazing backdrop of just nostalgia, and it's a great review, so make sure you guys check that out for sure. Now, again, I mentioned make sure you follow and all that stuff here, nerdaffiliated.com. But if you head over to therealnerdbusters.com, you can also go to get to it from Nerd Affiliated, but therealnerdbusters.com, you can find the link to the photo album from this past weekend. You'll also see I already uploaded the Hasbro walkthrough of the Two in the Box, so make sure you guys check that out. I'll put that link here. It's amazing. That thing's actually, I'll talk about that too, but let me get to that photo. Here it is. So we went for some coffee, and this dad came in with his daughter, and I saw the pack, and I was like, oh wow, it's a repainted one from maybe his childhood that he now gave to her, and it's her pack. So it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. But that's, starting from the top with Ghostbusters weekend, 40th anniversary. I've said it before, and you guys all know this for the most part, but I'm a newer Ghostbusters fan. I'm coming up on a year, I'd say. I had seen the first movie. I edited Anthony's review of Afterlife, but that was about it as far as like my knowledge of the fandom and the movies and the franchise and all that stuff. Primarily as a kid, I was not allowed to watch Ghostbusters, so I'd see the toys. I knew the toys. I knew the Ecto, that Egon there, that Fright Features Egon. I remember kids having that and like wanting that figure, but like I couldn't have that figure. So I knew of Ghostbusters. But when the group decided to to a group cosplay and be Ghostbusters. That's when I decided to do my homework and really dive into the movies and the fandom as a whole, like go through the forums and the YouTube videos on how to build a proton pack. Morning, the man collects. Good to see you. And believe it or not, it was the fandom. It was the fans. It was the community that made me a fan over the movies on their own. Cutthroat, good to see you. It was wild. I've never had that happen where literally a community of people creates a fan in me of something more so than the actual property itself. So going into Comic-Con, we all dressed up. We went. It was amazing. Amazing experience. The amount of people coming up. And don't let anybody tell you different. It's an amazing feeling when people come up to you and are just like, wow, like awesome cosplay. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it is ego boosting. Don't let anybody tell you different. Back in the day, I used to love the feel of somebody loving a cosplay of like a unique character. Like when I did Night Begins to Shine Cyborg, people knowing that, I felt cool. When I did Steel, the battle damage from Justice League, people came up, like that stuff, it's a good feeling. But doing Ghostbusters with your friends was like a whole nother tier. It was a whole nother tier, as Rambling says there. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, I'm in on this fandom. I'm in on the whole thing. So going into this weekend, this was going to be my first time at the Firehouse, which is embarrassing considering I'm a New Yorker. Sidebar, I hate New York now. Everybody was right. When you leave New York, you hate it in ways you never could imagine every time you go back. But it was my first time at the Firehouse. It was my first time at a Ghostbusters day. First time at a Ghostbusters meetup. First time for a lot of stuff there. And before I left my mom's house to go, I was like nervous. I was actually nervous. I was experiencing what my wife explained as anxiety leaving to go to Ghostbusters Day. I've never had it before going to a Comic-Con. Never had it. I didn't have it on my wedding day. I didn't have it like graduating from nothing. I'm usually pretty calm, cool, collective. But on this one, like I was about to leave the house and then was like deer in the headlights. I was like, wait, do I have this thing? Do I have that thing? Blah, 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 blah. What do I take? Do I take enough gear? Like, because I also wanted to document the whole thing. So I wanted to document the whole day, but also be in cosplay with everybody. I've learned you can't really do both. But finally get out of the house, get on the, I'm walking to the train. Not even 2 minutes into my walk to the train. Who are you going to call? And boom. Thank you to the guy that was working out at Harlem Kettlebells, I think it was called, who yelled from inside the gym, who are you going to call? Because all of a sudden, in the zone. I was in the zone. Now, Anthony was the first one there, and he said, we all knew, like, show up at 12. Show up at 12. That's when it starts. Buffalo Ghostbusters said, don't come any earlier. We're going to be setting up. Wait till 12. Anthony got down there, was going to kill time. All of a sudden, it is, 9:30 he's there, and he's like, people are showing up. And he started sending me pictures to post on our Real Nerdbuster Instagram. 9:30, he's like, crowds are building. So I was like, all right, I'm going to aim for 11:30. So I'm in the train. I get a phone call. It's from Experience Explorers. I didn't answer it because I didn't want it, like, the call to drop while I'm in the subway and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll just call him when I get out. Maybe he's just like, oh, are you there already? Or something like that. And I walk out of that train station. It was a group of us. The train doors open. Out of the random train cars, all the Ghostbusters just come out. Again, dope feeling. Walk up the stairs. This lady's like, oh, I need a group shot of you guys. We're here for the event too. My husband loves Ghostbusters. It's his birthday, or it was her birthday too, I think, or something. But we're like, yeah, we'll take a photo. So we come out the stairs. We line up, take a photo. We're like, all right, now it's time to see how do we get to the firehouse. And we turn around. Firehouse is right there. And just a mob. A mob. If you told me 1,000 people were there, I would not call you a liar. I would not call you a liar at all. It was allegedly it was probably closer to 500, but I swear that was over 1,000 people. Just a mob. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. This is intense. This is intense. Actually, do I have a photo of that? I don't. I'll have to go back and try to find a photo of like, just like the sea of people so I can post that online. It'll be in the video. It'll be in the video when I finally upload that. But it was crazy. It was crazy to see all of that. And the part that just like, I think solidified doing this, right? Like solidified hanging out with you guys every week, twice a week, making the videos, posting the Instagrams, like all that stuff was the amount of people who came up and were like, yo Archer, yo Nerd Affiliated. Oh, and one guy looked at my patch. He's like, wait, oh, you're him. You know, like, it was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Amazing. And I thank you guys every week for coming to hang out with us degenerates and pouring a drink with us on Thursdays and having coffee with us Monday mornings. I thank you guys, but it's always like this. It's digital, right? Like I'm just looking at you guys in a chat. I feel like I'm talking to you and you're talking to me when you guys chat back to me. When we're in each other's comments on each other's videos, like it feels like we know each other. And I see you guys all the time, but it's a whole different feeling. And some of you know this from your own events, but it's a whole different feeling when you're just like minding your business and somebody you have no idea who they are, don't know them from the next person. Oh, I love your video. Oh, I used your video to help me with my build. Oh, I like crazy. So this isn't meant to be like a flex or anything like that in case somebody would assume that. This is just like a thank you because all of you that I met for the first time, technically, those I have never seen before, talked to before, and all of you that come here every week have just like rejuvenated my love for making content, truly. And that's why I feel like everybody should, even if you're not a Ghostbusters fan, like go to Ghostbusters Day like at least once. It hit different. It just hit different. So once again, I'll post the link here in the chat. You can check out the photo album. I have 2 videos up already about the day, but if you hold tight, by the end of the week, I will have the full video up on the channel. This was fun. This was also fun. So Steve and I, we went across the street. It was beer o'clock. We got ourselves a drink. And in the video, you guys will see when it starts up, I mention a list of things I want to happen at Ghostbusters Day. And one of them was seeing a random celebrity that is unrelated to Ghostbusters. So we're sitting there, we're having our drink. He's like, oh shit. And like this group walks past us. This older woman walks past us, all dolled up, dressed up. And I was like, what happened? He was like, oh, Jane Fonda just walked past us. I was like, Jane Fonda, what? He's like, yeah. And I saw the side profile, and then my brain was like, oh, that was Jane Fonda. So she walks past us. We're like, what? What is happening? So we start grabbing our stuff. I turn around, and there was already Ghostbusters in the restaurant, but I turn around, and this group is standing there, and I look at the arm patch, the Ecto Ordnance Corps arm patch, and I'm like, I know that patch. Wait, do I know you guys? And then I saw the other arm patch, and he's like, I know your patch too. And I was like, oh, you're Tools and Talents props. I'm always mixing up the name. Hang on. Isn't it Tools and Talents? Where am I going? Yeah, Tools and Talents props. And I was like, oh shit, it's you. And they're like, oh, it's you. And that happened a lot. It happened a lot where you were seeing people that you recognized their gear and their patches before you recognized the people. And it was great. And we exchanged patches, you know? And it's funny, as I was talking to glitch there. As I was talking to experienced explorers, we were both joking how we're forgetting to do the content creator thing. Like, we're forgetting to hand out our patches, hand out our stickers, record. Like, we're forgetting to do basic things because we're just having so much fun, like, talking to each other. So they hooked me up with that. So I got myself a new patch there, and I got to find a place to put it. I got a whole bunch of patches I have to hook up. But I'll do a video. Anthony and I will do a video. He'll probably come on Thursday if he's available, and we will talk more in depth about the day and all that stuff. But I want to transition, and I'm going to use something to transition to one of the topics for today. I probably won't go over everything. I'm definitely not. But a team was there, and they were handing out some stuff as well. And that was the Hasbro team. More specifically, the Haslabs Ghostbusters team. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. They were there. And I heard they were walking around. Didn't see them. Holly, stop. I didn't see them, but I heard they were walking around. And I was like, all right, maybe they're setting up a table. They're going to be like off to the side or something. They were allegedly in the mix. And at one point, I see like some blue shirts. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's probably just another group. And I immediately recognize Emily, who's always on the Ghostbuster live streams. And I was like, oh shit, it's Emily. And she went, and they gave us, let me switch here so you guys can see up close, a Haslabs pin right away. And I was like, whoa, thank you. And on the train ride there, they had announced the teaser for the next Haslabs. So I heard there was two in a box around somewhere. Had no idea. All I had was the pin. They gave us a card to pre-order the 4-pack. And they had the O-ring figures in hand. They had them in a box so you could see them. But I was like, all right, that's it. Good to go. Nope. Turns out Zach here from the team was also in the crowd. Not even like discreet. Haslabs pin, Haslabs patch, Haslabs shirt. And had the two in the box in hand. Just showing it off to people. If you want to see it, he let you hold it, showed it to you, the whole nine. Respect. 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 Because let me tell you something. It is not easy to go out and just do a full day of sales pitching, because that's what this was. This was the equivalent to me, if not worse, than when you go, if any of you have done a fair before, like for work or a college fair, like worked a table, worked a booth, it's tiring standing in one spot talking about your product, your company for hours on end. It is tough. This dude walked around in 80-something degree weather, full suit, Haslab Proton Pack, and with both products. And not only did he show you the products, let you touch the products, if you just asked him, oh, that's awesome, can I look at it? He was like, yeah, how about I tell you about the features? And went full pitch. Mind you, it's not like he could sell any more of them. The backing's closed. The campaign's closed. Full on sales pitch. My man did this for hours. For hours. Then once they were done for the day, and they had like a Honda CR-V or something, some sort of crossover or whatever, that they, I guess, had their stuff in, so they would take out more pins. I think they had stickers too. They would take that stuff out. They loaded in that thing. They were butt to nut in that thing and drove back, I'm assuming, to Rhode Island where Hasbro is. And I was like, that's exhausting. As somebody who drove back after the event by myself, I can't imagine loading up with like 5 other bodies in a vehicle to drive 3 hours. Because I think it's about 3 hours to Rhode Island. So shout out to the Ghostbusters Haslab team. And I said it to him in the video. Make sure you guys check out the whole video. I was like, you didn't have to do this. Like, in no way did you have to do this at all. And it's not even like they were hard pushing the teaser that they dropped. They were just hanging out, giving out free stuff. It was amazing. It was amazing. So I will say this, and I want you guys to hold me to this. Somebody actually said, they're like, oh, you've been compromised. I wish I could remember who it was. But I will never down talk the Ghostbusters Haslab team. Or just the Ghostbusters team. I won't. Because that day, seeing them interacting with fans and walking amongst the fans, answering questions from the fans, I saw the people behind the product. And it helped me kind of realize there's a difference between the people we see and probably the decision makers. There's a good chance. There's a good chance. So, with that being said, I think you know where I'm going with this. We had the reveal of another Haslab last week, a month after it was originally going to be announced. And actually, I'm just going to roll into the chat real quick. I can't believe I only have 15 minutes left. I'm sorry. I did what I said I wasn't going to do, and I rambled for a bit. Aaron Waller in the house, good to see you. Rambling said, and now he's on a higher level than me, LOL, knows the pack components, names, etc. Yeah. I was purchasing the original Ghostbuster toys when I was in high school. There you go. Cutthroat said, well said, my good friend. It's Chad like that to him with G.I. Joe. He does G.I. Joe cosplay. He's in the club doing Cobra dress-up cosplay. That's awesome. Getting recognized in real time. Yep. Yukon Phil in the house. Good to see ya. Mercado is a celebrity magnet. I saw one later too. Oh, awesome. There you go. There you go. So we got another reveal. We got the newest Haslab campaign has launched from Hasbro. One that we knew was coming, right? The leaks happened, so there's no way they were going to back out. We got the reveal of the Vintage Collection Star Wars Mos Eisley Cantina. And it's almost halfway. It is just shy of halfway. Morning KO, good to see you. And I don't know how to feel about this. I truly don't. To me, this was like, this is not it. To me, this is not it at all. But you know what? It's halfway there. Some of you have messaged me saying you are backing it. You got two different options there. You have the regular version, and then you have a deluxe version. So you know what? I will say this. More power to you. More power to you. I will respect somebody's dedication to their display, to the hobby, to all of it. If they do look at this and say, this is worth $400 to me. Because what I can also say is that you get all that stuff for $400, and you know, for $100 less, I'm only getting these three things. So, you know, is what it is. Is what it is. But maybe that person's right. Maybe I am compromised. Maybe I am compromised by meeting the people behind the scenes, by seeing how they were without cameras in their faces, without, corporate oversight, just seeing them amongst people. Fucked. My content's fucked now. Because, damn. This is like a reverse Don't Meet Your Heroes. It's like, I've met the people, and now I'm like, I don't want to make bad content about you anymore. Even though it's a completely different team. So, I will say, my newfound mercy, what it will not go to is freaking Star Wars. Disney Star Wars. I'm not doing that. The Acolyte rolled out last week, and that was atrocious. That was atrocious. So the mercy I'm showing to the Hasbro team and the fans that make the toys for us, I will not extend such a gesture to the hierarchy of Disney. I will to the camera people. I will to the editors. I will to the makeup, the costumes, all that stuff. Directors, producers, in some cases, actors and actresses, I will show no mercy until I get good product. The Acolyte is not good product. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry. And I will not say, you do you. I will say that. You do you. But I will not on this channel ever say that something is good just to be in the good graces of somebody. If it's not good, I will say it's not good. The Acolyte is trash. It is absolute trash. There's no way. Disney's also fudging let me just pull this thing up. And I'm not saying this against Legacy. I'm only using Legacy because I know that he has that number up. I don't know where else I would find it. This was going around. The Acolyte first two episodes was watched 4.8 million times in the first day. So Disney's telling everybody this. This isn't like Legacy made this up. Of course, one of the cats takes a shit now. Disney is telling everybody, like, I think most watched Star Wars show or something like that. You guys know I'm a numbers person. We talk about that with the movies all the time, and we'll do a box office recap as well. You can manipulate numbers. Oh, sorry, I wasn't screen sharing. Disney, for example, right? We talked a couple weeks ago about Star Wars being profitable. There is no way around it. Disney has made a profit on Star Wars. We can trash it all night long. We can trash the content all night long. They are still making a profit on Star Wars, right? But here's where you can manipulate the numbers. They're making profit on Star Wars, but if you broke it down by what's selling, one could argue all the money's being made on OT content and OT related content, and there's nothing being made on Disney era content. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just speculating here. I'm not speculating. I'm making an example. So there's ways that you could say something and it would be true, but then there's also a deception in there at the same time. If that makes sense. So with the Acolyte numbers here, 4.8 million on the first day, Disney's telling everybody this. They're making sure everybody knows this. But I would say, all right, show me next week's numbers. Show me the week after that. Show me the week after that. Where do these numbers line up against Kenobi, Mando, Final Season Clone Wars, Bad Batch? Where do those all line up? We don't know. Disney they don't put those numbers out there. They selectively put numbers out there. So it's easy to manipulate the numbers. Again, I'm not saying this at Legacy. Legacy posted this, and this was the only place I remembered where I saw the number. But, this was funny too. Imagine if we got this movie. Imagine if and this is where I say, I show no mercy to studios, executives, producers. I show no mercy to them because they would say this, and it took somebody probably pushing back for it to be Brandon Lee and not Michael Jackson. But just imagine. Although this is a great comment, would have had a fire soundtrack too. It kind of would have. Kind of would have. Actually, no, Legacy's gonna hook me up here. I got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna use this to go through some hot topics of last week. We got the O-ring releases, $44.99. I said I was out at 50. I was in at 40. They found the halfway point. I saw them in real life. Did I post that picture? Did I make that picture? Yeah, here it is. Saw them in real life. At what? Maybe $12 a figure. I'm probably going to buy it. If they restock it, I will probably get it because I want more figures. Complaint I have, you don't get a PKE meter for each person. You don't get a trap for each person. But they did similar with the Plasma series figures. With the 6-inch plasmas, you got like one of every piece of accessory. But each figure came with one thing. So not everybody has a trap. Not everybody has the goggles, but you get one of everything. So, I'm probably going to back it or buy it. The Ecto at the $60, I'm probably going to hold tight until I can get it on sale. I'm going to do that. We also got, thank you, Legacy, for content here. Godzilla -1, that rolled out, and I'll try to fly through the comments at the end. Godzilla -1 rolled out last week on streaming. Amazing movie. I don't think it's my number one of last year. I got to really think about it. I haven't given it a number grade for the channel yet. I'll do that this week. Godzilla -1, amazing. However, somehow Godzilla X Kong is the highest grossing monster film of all time. Or Monsterverse film of all time. Insanity. I don't get how, but you know what? F it. Go to the theater and have some fun. Why not? This is crazy. if you can somehow get to San Antonio, not only do you get to see Legacy and General Kenobi's bunker, but for the first time ever, the OG Green Ranger from Super Sentai will be making his appearance at a convention for autographs. I know some more details. I will not say them here. Circle of trust. But if you could get there, you should. You should. You should totally get there. All right, box office recap. Like I said, we're flying through stuff today. Before I say that, also some headline news last week. The Ghostbusters team said there should be an update video this week. So hopefully that drops. Going through my list here. Spotify did a price increase. HBO Max, I think, did a price increase. The Venom trailer dropped. And boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. The question everybody's asking is, what universe is it in? The question I'm asking is, why are those movies coming out? They're still making money, though. So, I don't know. Maybe I am the problem. And on toy news, one last thing. One of the 5-packs from Marvel Legends from the X-Men line has been showing up at Ross for $25, and people have been losing their minds. A 5-pack that people didn't really care about, but you see $25, people go crazy. They want to go to Ross. People are just clamoring for just like deals at this point. So anything that goes on a crazy price, they're just scooping it up. Will they sell it? Will they flip it? Will they open it? Who knows? But calm down. I will say calm down. All right. So box office recap. One other thing. Hasbro did a warehouse sale or power sale. I love the power sales, but this one was not it. I don't like a lot of the offerings. I didn't buy anything on here. I think it needed more on it. And yeah, let me know if you picked up anything from that sale. All right, finally, box office recap. Bad Boys, #1 on the weekend, 56 mil domestic. Rounding out top 5, Garfield, If, The Watchers, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This movie is killing it. 359 worldwide. That is wild. So, shout out to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Bad Boys I have no interest in seeing. Would I have guessed 56 mil as an open? Probably not, even though I know Will Smith's star power. Considering how things have been going lately, I would have, if I was guessing last week, if I did a show last week, I probably would have assumed 50 mil if bad weather occurred and people needed something to do. But 56 mil in current day and age is great. Grand scheme, not great, but is what it is. Looking at the top 5 of 2024, domestic, Dune's still there, Godzilla, Kung Fu Panda, Planet of the Apes, Frozen Empire. Frozen Empire is hanging on tight. Also worldwide, 5th place at 200 mil. Didn't we just look at something that's past that? Oh, Planet of the Apes, yeah. So, crazy. Sorry, let me fly through. EC, good to see ya. Cutthroat said, I saw this Haslab from Hasbro. I'm a Star Wars fan. I just feel the 2 prices for the Haslab. It's kind of weird. I think they could have done better with the outer shell. Geek Strong says, I will be backing the Cantina Deluxe. I love the customizable for anyone. Oh, I love that it's customizable for anyone's display. Sorry, I got tongue tied there. Shout out to KO in the house. Is it worth 500? Maybe not. I love the scene in Cantina. It's probably my favorite. I probably would pay more. All right, interesting. That's interesting call out. The Acolyte, yep. Yes, No Mercy to Disney Star Wars. It's awful. I have no desire to even watch it. I liked Acolyte, but I also liked She-Hulk. All right, Geek Strong, you're losing your friend card. Kidding. Why is Archer hating on Legacy? I'm not hating on Legacy. He's just the only person I knew that had that number. So that's why I went to him for the source. Brunswick Square Music, good to see you. First time on stream? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe. Did they mention anything about those being prototypes or are those final? I'm not wild about the white belts and yellowish flight suits. Oh, the O-ring figures? Those were final. The box was not final. She made sure to point that out. I was like, oh, you might as well just make it that box. That should be a variant or something. Do you think Ghostbuster figures will fit in the Ecto 1 comfortably? The G.I. Joe figs did not. Yes. Who did that review? JB. If you look at JB's video, he put a G.I. Joe in there as well. Did not fit well. But he put in a Star Wars retro figure that is more along the 1/18 scale. And it did fit. So that is a potential issue. I think everybody assumed it would fit all 3 3/4. But I guess the retro line is slightly off of a 3 3/4. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Bad Boys 1, holy cow. Now that's a slap in the face. Awesome. All right. I got a jet. Time to go to work, but I will be back Thursday. Hey Archer Live, 8:15-ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. I'll try to get Anthony on so we can talk about Ghostbusters Day. Full Ghostbusters Day video will be dropping this week. And stay tuned to TikTok, Instagram, and here on YouTube for various shorts and videos I'm going to drop along the way as we lead into the final overall video. Great weekend. I hope that at some point I can meet every single one of you at an event, not just Ghostbusters related, but just in general, because it's a different level when you do that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. Tech difficulties and all. We did it. I appreciate you. I'm out of here.